Hey, it's Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast and YouTube channel. Coming up today, Lauren is going to slide into the channel one more time and help us out with 5 of her favorite live albums of all time, coming right up. If you're a newer subscriber to the channel, you have seen our recent addition, Lauren, who has her own music podcast dedicated to the 2 greatest things in the world, Beer and Weird Al. Beer and Weird Al. And Lauren also is very, very well versed in all sorts of other music. And so, from across the world of live performance, Lauren has stopped by today to share with us your 5 favorite live albums of all time.
Yeah, I just think people should check these out.
Right on. All right, shoot us into the list.
Okay, so my first one is, it plays into the fact that I like, fun music. It's Bare Naked Ladies' live album from 1996, Rock Spectacle. And I feel like people need to check this one out because they did this before they really hit it with 1 week.
Right.
So it's got a lot of their earlier catalog on it. And for me, anyway, the versions of Brian Wilson and What a Good Boy on the live album are like the better than the studio versions.
So I feel like if anybody's heard Brian Wilson by the Bare Naked Ladies, 9 times out of 10, it's this version from this album. But what I find with some live albums is people like I Want You to Want Me. People will know the Budokan version, but they've never really dug into the rest of the record. So with this, you're saying there's a lot more to dig into on the rest of the record than just Brian Wilson.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Right on. All right, what else you got?
Next up should come as no surprise. It's Songs in the Attic by Billy Joel from 1981.
Fun fact, when you sent me your list of albums you wanted to do for this, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a live album. So that'll show you where I'm at with my Billy Joel knowledge. So Lauren, educate me and everyone else on Songs in the Attic, which, by the way, is a live album.
It is. Yeah, so after Billy kind of really blew up with The Stranger in 77, he wanted people to explore his back catalog a little bit, so he put this live album together. And I'm really glad he did because She's Got Away is on there, and the version of She's Got Away that you generally hear is the version from this album because Billy's first album, Cold Spring Harbor, was mixed so terribly that he sounds like he's on helium.
Right.
So don't listen to that. Listen to this.
Listen to that version. And again, the rest of the live record is worth.
Oh, so good. I mean, he just explodes on Miami 2017. It's like, okay.
Right on. And again, Songs from the Attic is a live record.
Yeah,
which
it is.
I didn't know. So what else do you have for us? You got 2 down, 3 to go.
Yeah. Up next, I've got Elton John's 11-17-70. Or if you're in Europe, it's 17-11-70.
Right.
Because dates.
As they do.
And for me, anyway, this one's on here because it was 1970, right? So Elton really only had Empty Sky, his self-titled album, and the Tumbleweed Connection out. So you don't get a lot of the Elton stuff that we kind of know Elton for.
Yep.
And this has an 18-plus minute version of Burn Down the Mission that is worth the cost of admission.
Yeah, just to get that one track alone is worth it. Yeah,
totally. And he inserts a couple things. He turns it into a medley, and he does "Get Back" by the Beatles in the middle of this, and it's so stanky that you need to hear it.
So I oftentimes, and if you listen to the Infectious Groove podcast, or if you have ever had a conversation with me in real life, one of my least favorite sayings in music is, I like their old stuff, because people are always referring to well, yeah, everybody loves that album that came out. But I do love early live records for the exact reason you said, because you hear versions of songs that that quickly got dropped off the set list or were never hits, and so they get busted out 20 years later. People, I can't believe you did that song, So I love early live records for exactly the reason you're talking about. You get a bunch of material that you probably never made its way onto another live record ever again.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you could look at the track listing of 11-17-70, and I guarantee if you're not really deep into Elton stuff, you don't know any of these songs.
Yeah, and they're still fantastic.
Awesome.
Right on. What else do you got for us?
The next one that I have is Ben Folds Live from 2002. So the reason I love this live album so much is because it is one man and a piano. That's all there is.
Right on.
And you want to talk about crowd management? This is a masterclass in that. It's a guy and a piano, but he's got this entire audience just in the palm of his hand.
Right.
And for me, I think the best thing on this is the version of Army, which is a Ben Folds 5 song that has a big horn section to it. And what Ben Folds did was he split the crowd in two, and he had one half be the brass and one half be the woodwind.
That's awesome.
So he got them all set up to do it, and it's phenomenal.
That's rad. Right on. So far, I've noticed that a certain young lady from Fleetwood Mac and prior has not made an appearance on the list. I'm going to guess she's going to come in hot and heavy here. Who's coming in at number 5? What's your favorite live album of all time?
It's actually a recent live album from Stevie Nicks. It's live in concert on the 24 Karat Gold tour, which that album came out in 2020.
Right on.
And this kind of playing into all this stuff that I did this by accident, but this tour is when she dipped into her like early catalog and did stuff that she hadn't done on tour before. So I guess I like hearing artists' early work done live.
So I love that too. And there's bands like, I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. And if you get any Roger Waters or any David Gilmour led version of Pink Floyd live album, it's Hitsville. Right, it's all brick in the wall, one of these days, time, money, all that. Nick Mason, their drummer, just started going out and literally openly advertising you are only going to hear pre-Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd on this tour. And so for people like me, that's awesome to get to hear that, because if I want to hear other Pink Floyd stuff live, there's an abundance of it. So I like when somebody like Stevie goes through and doesn't do the pretentious I'm not doing the hits, but still says like, yeah, here's these songs, but then there's these other songs. I know I'm putting you on the spot with this, but if there's one, is there one track on there that you would tell someone, check this out, and if you like that, then you're going to love this live album?
Yeah, I would definitely go with Crying in the Night, which was a track from the You Can't Find Anywhere Buckingham Nicks album that she did with Lindsay before Fleetwood Mac. And it's so cool. And you could tell that you could almost hear her smiling on the version that's on this live album, because she's so happy to be doing this song again. I mean, what Buckingham Nicks was like 1973.
But she's happy to be doing the cut again. Yep, I hear that.
So cool.
So there you go. Lauren stops by the channel every couple of videos or so and shares her wealth of musical knowledge with us, and I get to learn things too. Like, did you know that Songs in the Attic is a live record from Billy Joel? I had no idea.
I did.
I promise that's not a bit. I didn't know that until I read her list. If you would please, if this is your first time on the channel and you just can't get enough of these two, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because we'll have more videos for you every week. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to drop a like on the video. But I always say too in these things, and I'm sure Lauren will be watching as well, the comment section. If you can't believe I didn't know Songs in the Attic was a live record, or you didn't know anything about that later Stevie Nicks live record, anything like that, leave a comment for that. But also, I've shared my favorite live records on the channel before. Lauren has hers up here now. Share yours with us. List off some of the ones that you love and ones we should listen to, and we will definitely check them out. As we always say in these videos, thank you so much for watching.